Howdy from Dawson City. Dawson City, look at this. I imagine this is probably what it's looked like back even in the 1800s, early 1900s, when Dawson City was the bustling place. You know, Dawson City actually was the territorial capital of the Yukon starting in 1898. And it's amazing that there were no roads up here, right? The only way to get here was through the river. And then, of course, in the Alaska Highway came through sort of close by. But then in 1953, the government decided they were going to move the territorial capital away from Dawson City, and then they moved it down to Whitehorse. And the reason for that was because, if you remember earlier, Whitehorse is just like the big booming capital. It was the confluence of the Yukon River and the railroad, and it was just everything was happening down there. And Dawson City was just kind of it had kind of become like the sleepy town, but still a lot going on here, mining stuff and things like that. So in return for moving it away in 1953, the government said, okay, look, here's what we're going to do. Because they lost about 800 government workers, and then there's probably a number more of workers and businesses that left when the government left. So the government said, okay, we're going to build extra highways around here, and so that's what they did. And Dawson City is still actually turned out to be a cute little city, and looks like lots going on. And you know, if I had to choose, it's a little bit too cold for me up here in the winter, but if I had to choose, I think I'd choose to live here in Dawson City than I would in Whitehorse. Now think about this too. Dawson City was only reachable up the Yukon River, and it was only reachable by riverboats, similar to this one right here. And when you think about it, everything happened in Dawson City basically between April at the earliest, and then May to September, maybe if they're lucky into October at the latest. And then for the winter, they'd have to haul the boats up out of the river off to the side so that they wouldn't get stuck by the ice and crushed. So when you think about these towns here that are way out here in the middle of the wilderness, maybe not so much in the middle of the wilderness now, but it's still in the wilderness, but a lot more accessible. But you think about that, how these guys and these people came up here and either tried to strike it rich or else just make a living. But yeah. Gonna head out of town onto the ferry, and then about 30 miles up the top of the world road highway, camp out somewhere tonight. And this will be my last night in Canada. How about that? Alaska, here we come tomorrow. So it looks like a smaller ferry, and so I think it's going to be a few trips before I actually get across the Yukon River to the top of the world highway. I don't know, is that over there? I don't know where it goes. Oh, I'll have to watch. Anyway, that's the ferry right there. Looks like it takes just a few cars at a time. So let's see what happens. Okay, made it across. So let's see what the last night in Canada brings us. I don't think it's going to be too fancy of a spot. And if there's somebody else there, I might have to move on anyway. It's after 8 o'clock. It's almost 9 o'clock. You never know by looking at how bright it is, huh? All right, made it. And it really is top of the world. Let me show you right here from the window, because I don't know if I want to get out. There's almost a gazillion, well, not really that many mosquitoes, but still. Yeah, I'll get out and I'll show it to you. Okay. Stay out, mosquitoes, stay out. Oh, get away. All right. That's looking out towards the Yukon River. It's going to be up and over that ridge there. And then, of course, that's the west. Look at this, huh? Way up here on top. Nobody around. So this will be home for tonight. And then into Alaska tomorrow. That's right. We've made our trip through Canada, and I think Alaska is just about 20 or 30 miles over there somewhere. Maybe it's over there. I don't know. See you then. I don't know if you noticed it on the just now, but this is a dirt road, and it's probably the smoothest dirt road I've ever been on. Even on the spots where you're going uphill or rounding a corner, where typically you're going to find washboard from people that are slowing down or speeding up in those sections. No washboard whatsoever. It's just like smooth as glass. And here's the reason why it's so smooth. So now the question is, what is etiquette? Do you go around them, or you just follow them? I think I'll go around them, but I'm on a blind curve right now. And I'll go around them anyway. And now I see that stay over here, I guess, until somebody comes barreling around the corner. Oh, just in time. Here comes somebody. Coming around the border, around the corner. Right there. You stay on your side, I stay on mine. It looks like we're getting to the final stretch over here. Pay attention to the road. What would it be like to work out here? It's kind of out in the middle of nowhere. Where do we live? Alright, pay attention. I want to run the gate and have them shoot me, right? Well, that was easy. And the answer to my question about where do they live? They live right there. So I was easy coming across the border. They just looked at the thing and looked at my passport and said, okay, you're good to go. Didn't ask me any questions. And now look at this. a smooth paved road, but I understand that it's not that way for long. So let's see what happens. But I'm telling you, still, that dirt road back behind us was very good. Anyway, welcome to Alaska. I made a quick stop here. This would really be a very nice camp spot right here next to the creek. However, and even though it's BLM land, however, this is not a camp spot. In fact, there's a sign right there that says, "No way, Jose." But this is unique. This is actually a public gold panning area. So you can actually come here and pan for gold. And actually, do we see some gold right here? Maybe? Ooh. I thought I saw some over there. How about right there? Anyway, so no camping here, but you can actually pan for gold. So that's a pretty unique deal, huh? Huh. I don't have a gold pan, but I got a bowl. Maybe I should try and strike it rich here, huh? No, I guess let's move on. It's still almost 3 o'clock. Still got 9 more hours of light. This road has been alternating between paved and gravel, and it's a lot easier to drive on the gravel than on the paved, because on the paved road you got to dodge a lot of these potholes, and there's also quite a few frost heaves. And if you're not familiar with the frost heave, it's where the ground underneath, like right here, where the where the ground underneath the pavement freezes and lifts it up and just gives you a probably Mr. Toad's Wild Ride kind of experience. All right, I made a stop for the night. I was going to go down closer to Tok, but I think this will do. You can probably see the road behind me where we came in. It's about a quarter mile, I think, to, well, not quite a quarter mile, to the Taylor Highway. But pretty nice view and a little bit of a breeze, so hopefully that'll keep the mosquitoes away. Although the breeze is coming from here, and it seems to be dying down now. But anyway, there were mosquitoes on the leeward side, so hopefully they'll stay away from here. Also, there are some sort of wild berries here. Let's see if I can show you. They're not, where'd they go? They're not ripe, they're still green. Somebody said, and I can't find them. Somebody said they were wild raspberries, but they don't look like raspberries. Well, found some dried up ones from last year. Oh, here we go. Take a look right here. These are all brown ones, it looks like, from last year. They haven't been eaten. So I guess that tells us that no bears in the area. But they're not raspberries, so they look kind of like mulberries. I don't know. What do you think? What are those? What do you think those would be if they were ripe? I was reading a review of somebody who'd camped here a few years ago. Said that there's a bunch of wild blueberries here too, but I don't see any whatsoever, and it's too early for blueberries anyway. This might be a blueberry bush. So anyway, it'll be a nice spot with a nice view. Hopefully the breeze keeps up, please, 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 because I'm all right, I gotta go hide behind the screen here. All right, so I got the screen going here, and hopefully that'll keep them out. I got some up on the front windows too. Don't know if you can see them. And right now there's not a cloud of mosquitoes, so I think it'll do its job. And the breeze has died down too. Oh well. I'll let you know in the, you can see in the morning if I have bites and welts all over me. All right, see you in the morning. And welcome to our first day in Alaska. So good afternoon. Yeah, it's really afternoon. It's like after 3 o'clock. That's okay. So we're headed to the beach. To Alaska, go north, the rush is on. Go north.